Nigeria is facing a fiscal cliff. By the end of 2025, the nation's total public debt is projected to hit a staggering 187 trillion naira. The official narrative from the government? We are borrowing to finance growth. But the numbers tell a very different story. Let's look at the 2026 proposed budget. The government expects to earn around 34 trillion naira, but plans to spend over 58 trillion. That's a projected deficit of nearly 104 trillion naira. In simple terms, for every 100 naira the government expects to earn, it plans to borrow 70 naira. And where is this borrowed money going? Over 80% of government revenue is now swallowed up just by servicing existing debt. That leaves pennies on the dollar for critical infrastructure, healthcare, and education. We are not building roads and power plants with this debt. We are paying salaries, overheads, and controversial capital supplementation that often lacks long-term value. This is not investing. This is surviving on credit. This fiscal indiscipline has a direct monetary impact. When the government borrows aggressively, it floods the system with money chasing too few goods, driving up inflation. Meanwhile, the naira has depreciated sharply, sliding from 460 to over 1,400 to the dollar in just a few years. This massive devaluation makes servicing our external debt even more expensive, creating a vicious cycle. Worse still, government borrowing crowds out the private sector. When the government vacuums up all available domestic credit to fund its deficits, interest rates skyrocket. Small and medium enterprises, the true engines of job creation, are left starved of the capital they need to grow. The solution is not more debt. The solution is the private sector. The government must pivot from being the primary spender to being the primary enabler. First, we need true fiscal discipline, adhering to the Fiscal Responsibility Act and stopping the rollover of unfunded projects. Second, the government must prioritize private sector enablement. This means simplifying tax administration to reduce the burden on businesses, streamlining regulations to improve the ease of doing business, and leveraging public-private partnerships for infrastructure development. Instead of borrowing to build, let private capital lead the way in power, broadband, and transport. When the private sector thrives, tax revenues naturally increase, reducing the need for deficit spending. Sustainable economic development requires evidence-based research and principled policy advocacy. At the Alliance for Economic Research and Ethics, we are dedicated to strengthening the private sector, promoting transparent reforms, and bridging the gap between policymakers and businesses. It is time to stop borrowing for consumption and start building an environment where innovation and enterprise can truly finance our growth.